I'm feeling very encouraged today because I'm looking forward to the assignments that are coming up in the course. A few of you are receiving graded assignments and then trying to resubmit the work with corrections made. That's not appropriate since the rest of the class has already received their grade, and so have you, and so there are no resubmissions available in the course from this point forward. Let's look at what we have coming up next. I'm in the modules section of the course, and I see that coming up on October 11th, we have the classic literature assignment. Just to remind you, as you go through this particular assignment, you want to read every single page. Each page is built on the information from the page before. When you submit your final essay, remember that I will be able to know whether or not you studied everything. Just for this essay, and for this essay only, I included a grading sample. So I show you how I grade a sample classics essay and take you through the process. How fun is that? That way you know in advance some of the pitfalls and things to look forward to. Please don't ask me to do this again in the course because I won't be doing that. But this first essay is important, and we have that due on October the 11th. Exciting! Also remember to actually read your classic piece of literature that you have selected. Some people don't, and it is so obvious when that happens. So remember, I've taught this for just about 100 years, right at about 100 years, and I can spot it a mile away. I know when students have read each page and studied the assignment. I know when students have gone to the Writing Center. There's a checklist included, and you can take that with you to the Writing Center to make sure that everything is done appropriately and get some help with this. Again, free tutoring resources, free Writing Center resources, free all kinds of things for you to use as you prepare this classic literature essay. Some of you are still not submitting things properly in EasyBib, and that's going to hurt you moving forward. So take time to study that and make sure that you complete the work citation page appropriately. After that we have all about poetry. This is a very simple assignment, and it does require you to follow the directions. In my opinion, when easy assignments like this come up, I would take full advantage of the opportunity to bring my grades up everywhere. So remember, this is a fun unit. I have only included 3 pages. You can do this, and I have time tracked on this one to make sure that we all follow this, but you'll enjoy it, I promise you. Okay, so that's what that is, and you want to follow those instructions to the letter. Because that one's a short one, then we have our film study page, and that is lots of fun because, as always in my courses, I want you to have the freedom to study films that interest you. The documentary film requires a works cited page and takes a little bit longer. The short narrative film does not take very long, and it's a text entry. Again, everything still requires a name, course, and word count, but only the documentary requires a little works cited page, and it's not much. You can do these handily, and I think you'll enjoy that. I can't wait to see what you're interested in. Then we have the heavy hitter, which is the hero archetype essay. You've already selected your character, and you've locked that down in the discussion board. If you haven't, go to the discussion board and make sure that the character you choose has not already been locked. Let's look at that real quick. Discussion board, lock hero topic here. Back to the module. As you can see, every page builds on the page that came before. It is imperative that you read all of the assignments. There's a final checklist for you to print out, take with you to the Writing Center, and get help on that and make sure that everything is submitted properly. And then finally we have your masterpiece, which is the creative narrative essay. A few people, not very many, because I'm going to tell you that 96% of the essays turned in for this assignment are incredible. But occasionally, A student or two will not read all of the pages of instructions, and I can spot it in an instant. So these are the components that need to be included: time and voice, motif, theme, and symbol, and I look for those right away, and if I don't see them, then I know what I have, and that is an essay that doesn't follow the instructions. So make sure that you do that. There's the rough draft, there's the final exam. This is going to be lots of words to prove our word count and create the remainder of the semester. Just want to cover one couple things, and that is that during this last phase of the course, I expect the cybercafes to be lively. The district and the state of California, I cannot tell you how much that means. This is not a self-study course. This is not a correspondence course. This is an active live classroom, and students need to be active and live within the course. I notice a few people going into the Cybercafe and typing in things like, "Hi, this is Debbie, just checking in." That is not a post. That is a zero. A Cybercafe is where you go in and you say, "Hey, I found the greatest definition for bias. It's on this vetted website. It's awesome. Here's where you can go to find it." Or, "Here's what I'm working on for my narrative essay. I'm thinking about having the character jump off a cliff. What do you think?" And maybe I would write back, "Well, jumping off the cliff would be the end of the character," so that would happen. But the idea is to interact with other students and to be able to show that. Too many people are sitting in the Cybercafe by themselves, and some notifications are getting ready to be sent for people who are not contributing to the course. It's a serious matter in California community colleges. I can't begin to tell you, if you knew, the importance of that. So let's get those Cybercafes humming. I want to see people active and involved in there. You can access those through the discussion boards, and make sure that you have updated all your Cybercafe posts with meaningful content. It's an insult to go into a Cybercafe and simply post, "Hey, I'm just checking in." Would you want that? No. You want somebody to have meaningful content that you can respond to. Again, I can't tell you how important it is, and in a very short period of time, some flags are going to be posted to the district about that. So let's keep it up. You got plenty of time to do this. Maybe a day. So anyway, let's get going. Have a really good time on these. I think that we've all learned the lessons that you needed to learn moving forward. And that is, if you don't have a word count, you're not going to get a grade. If you don't double space things, you're going to lose points. Why, when you're brilliant, would you lose points because you didn't format something, because you didn't edit something? Oh my gosh, y'all, get it together. You are brilliant. Let me see that. That concludes this tutorial.